There's no point talking about what's the state of play today and what I perceive as wrong with it unless I have a beneficial pathway or maybe even a temporary solution. Planit Pearth is a media production that uses all forms of modern media: mobile phones, internet, broadcast television, fixed TV screens that are on display in offices, government or private, billboards, newspapers, radio, and the printed word, of course, magazines, newspapers, and even a page like this. It allows collaboration and cooperation through interactive input, and by that I just mean that people can use any form of media they like, including writing a letter, to look at a suggestion, a basic concept, and make a positive suggestion on how it may work better, or maybe why something else would be better instead, why that concept's not relevant, as long as it's framed positively. And the aim of Planit Pearth is to produce beneficial pathways in livability. And of course, Planit Pearth, being based from Perth in Western Australia, the name of it recognises the importance of planning, but also the critical and often referred to factor of local and global thinking and action. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail at this point in time about the Planit Pearth structure and the sorts of things it intends to look at. It's based on some simple designs, some of which have been developed to working prototype designs and some of which are purely conceptual, that can be collaboratively developed in an open source fashion for implementation. One of these is energy neutral communities or suburbs, and this is the application of the proven principles of passive design for individual buildings using very simple infrastructure but applied over whole communities. Another one is a system for converting waste, that should be in inverted commas, to food locally. We call it W2F, waste to food. Thirdly, a design for large-scale aerial revegetation of degraded land. And obviously, on our planet, there's plenty of scope to play there. And this helps to address, it's a practical way of addressing and putting forward a positive alternative to, say, carbon taxes for dealing with the problem of excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. I'd like to emphasise, I'm not necessarily arguing totally against carbon taxes or a price on carbon. I just think we at least want to consider using positive motivators instead or in conjunction with what may be perceived as more negative and even ineffectual ones. I'm very interested in the use of modern technology in positive ways, so I've been considering ways of combining 3D gaming software, which I don't see as that productive, with 3D architectural software for sustainable design that can involve a whole lot of people who aren't necessarily part of finding the beneficial pathways for their future. And lastly, this is a bit of a joke, but it's quite a serious one because it shows that some of the small things are the things we need to concentrate on. Here in Western Australia, most loaves of bread are sold with a little plastic clip that keeps the plastic together at the top. I've been working for several years now on how to productively reuse that plastic bread clip. it's the hardest of the projects above that I've found to find beneficial pathways or solutions for. I hope that you find this interesting. I hope you find it inspiring. I hope you find it an alternative to the bombardment we have of hopeless problems that we're dealing with globally. What I think we need to be concentrating on, we've established there is a problem. Let's now prioritise the maximum involvement of the maximum number of people in a positive way in finding and implementing beneficial pathways for all of us. Solutions, I guess. Thank you for listening.